What's up? Uh, this is so funny. Like, it's one of those things that I sit here and I tell myself, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, this is gonna be the next adventure that I'm gonna pursue. And then I finally am here, and it feels so weird and good, and just, it's one of those things. Um, anyways, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of something new, something special um, that I've been wanting to share for a long time. And so, welcome to the journey. It's it's gonna be filled with a lot of great things. I do a lot. That's the Jesse D does. I do so much stuff. Um, the beauty of this space is that it's kind of being a little manifesto of my own life, as well as something that I can open a door for everybody else to come and be a part of. Um, I love connecting with people. I love connecting over common interest, and I also really love like learning about the things that you love and like your quirks, through interests and through commonalities, and that's a big part of this. Like that's so fun, um, and yeah, it's even today something so simple is I was like, here, we gotta test the mic. We gotta make sure this mic connects. I have no idea how this is gonna sound. Like that's a part of this too. Is I'm just gonna fail forward a little bit in this, um, and like continue to listen to feedback. Granted, direct feedback from people, of course, but like feedback from my own experience, from my own ear, and from doing this section for section for section, and seeing um, what it looks like on the other side. Because I just don't, I don't know, like a lot of these ums and uhs, like how much of this do I cut out because I want it to feel natural, but I also don't want you to leave per se. You know what I mean? So, um, anyways, I this is kind of the first step in the right direction of doing something new and telling myself that I'm gonna do it and following through. So the word of the year for me is focus. That's a big one for me. I've had a lot of friends. We all talk about our word of the year, and my word is focus. And so, focus not only on work or my craft, but on time management is a big issue for me. And so this is kind of the next step of how do I make it so that I'm managing my time properly so that I can achieve a lot more than I feel like I can, really. There's just more time that can be utilized. And I'm in a really beautiful space at this point in my life and my career that I'm able to have a lot of automated programs in place that make it faster, make my life more efficient, and then I also have the time. I have the ability to really map this time out and get better at things. And so, a couple of my big goals for this year, I want to follow a guitar course. I want to do more guitar playing. That's such a big part of all this. Like the music that I'm pursuing and like my musical expression, I've never really put the time in other than just like learning or following into things that I like, and that's a part of this too. Where I'm like, I want to do some. I want to impress myself. You know what I mean? Um, the same method or same area of life is this like my DJing and my I own this professional wedding DJ business, but to be able to put that time into this business on the music side of I already know that I'm able to throw great parties and mix really well and connect with the crowd and read a room, but like put it an extra, like learn to scratch better, learn to like create other mixes that I can do on the fly live that create even more energy and just put that time in, right? Because I think that's a part of this too, is sometimes when you aim that time towards something and you don't have a goal, you can putter out quickly, but that's sometimes needed just a little bit so that you can figure out what it is that you do need and what it is that you want to achieve through that. So, and then another big one for me is like the focus again is kind of limiting my like bullshit scrolling time. Like doom scrolling. I think it's kind of important for us, utilized the right way, but there is definitely those times for myself anyways, that I will use it as a default. We'll use it as an easy out from doing what I should be doing, I guess. Meet, you know, slight frustration or like a small blockage. I'll come up against any kind of abrasion, and that'll stop me. That'll break my focus, and then I'll immediately go Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, just to find. It's just relief, right? It's relief. It's comfort, and that's a part of this too. So I'm like, how do I keep that space separated? Like, how do I just want to have it separated just enough so that I have that 30 minutes, 60 minutes of focused time, and then kind of dedicated time so that I can't have the cake and eat it too, right? Yeah, I think that's a big part of this too. Back end work. That's the next side of this is, my business is pretty well. It's a pretty well-oiled machine. Everything is pretty well taken care of, and sometimes that level of comfort is great. But now, how do I take it from good to great? I feel like I'm already headed toward great, but there's some challenges that I think that I can overcome, that I've been slowly kind of checking in on, whether it be in my client portal facing portion of this, or like last year, I switched everything over to an S Corp and we hired a different accountant, and like this accountant company has just been fantastic. And you really notice how much, like, you might be paying more, but the work, like the stress that lessened is now, like, I gained that time back. I gained that free energy back in my mind. So I think that's the other side of this too, is kind of the next swing of that as well. And then kind of a beautiful spot on all this is the amount of free time that I have. It then lends itself to my personal growth, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and then my relationship growth with like my partner, and her and I growing together and working toward, you know, our own goals, of course, but then working toward these common goals that can help us thrive together as a couple and feel really connected, and that we're, you know, a part of a team. And I think at the end of the day, like, with nothing else happening, if all the other things stayed kind of stagnant, and that was like the main uptick in success or focus for this year, I already noticed it last year, that it really, like, I put just that much more attention into us, and it made a huge difference. It was so incredible, the amount of growth that we got to experience together. Yeah, and so now I'm like, put more focus in there and give us more time together, and focused energy, right? I think at the end of the day, like, if you don't tell this money where to go, then the money's gonna go somewhere for you. And so you're gonna kind of, it's the same way with energy, it's the same way with time. You're gonna notice that a day goes by, a week goes by, and you haven't done the things that you wanted to do. And it all comes back to just you're not telling that time where to go. And then holding yourself a little bit of a, you know, I mean, not even a little bit. You're like, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Like, this is the next step. This is the next move. Because if you hold yourself accountable, then you're gonna find what you're looking for. Because there's no one more honest with yourself. You know, like, that's the kind of, you know the truth in the back there. You know the truth. Anyways, you know, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. What are you trying to do this year? Like, leave it in the comment section below. Like, subscribe. This is kind of the fun part of this too, is I'm like, I want you to be on this journey, but I also want to be on your journey as well. So that's kind of the fun part for this too, is I want it to be back and forth. And is there anything you're curious about in my life? You know, anything I talked about in this video that you want to hear more about? I'm going to be breaking these things down kind of slowly, step by step, over the next week or two. And kind of my goal is to put out at least 2 to 3 videos a week, kind of in this like 5 to 10 minute marker, just kind of getting the ball rolling. I need to get warm, right? You need to get momentum, build the snowball. It's momentum over motivation. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to keep, determination is going to keep us moving forward. Dedication and staying diligent. I'm like, how many more D's can I throw in here? And, you know, just fucking do it, right? Like, that's a part of this too, is if you can stay clocked in and make sure that you're holding yourself accountable, it's gonna be a win. So, anyways, hope you guys are having a great week. Have a great weekend, and we'll chat soon.